Hello there, fellow harvesters. I am making clarified butter to be canned, and Aldi had butter for $2 a pound, $1.99 a pound. That's a stock up price. You can either put it in the freezer, but if your freezer goes out, you've lost all of your butter. So, a better way of storing it for the future is either ghee or clarified butter. Today we are going to make clarified butter. This is part of a ghee party that I'm having later tomorrow. And so I'm just unwrapping this, putting this in the crock pot, putting it on low for about 4 hours, then walking away to go do my day. That is the plan for today. Take 2. I'm gearing up for my ghee project. Ghee is different from clarified butter in that it's this deep, rich, dark, intense, nutty flavor. It's used in Indian cooking. It burns at a very, very high heat. It's really a wonderful product. I stocked up on some butter. It was $2 a pound. And so this is my plan. I'm going to melt the butter. We'll get to that in a little while. I have 2 lids here. This one is not used and this one is used. So I just want to show you the difference. This one is stained and it has a rim around it where the seal has been used. This one is new, it has not been used, and that is the one that you want to use for your ghee. We will not be doing any kind of processing bath for it, so we must have everything extremely sterile and new and hot so that it seals itself. Over here is a pot of water. I will put these lids into it, and I don't want it to boil, so it'll be about 200 degrees Fahrenheit. And I will seal those using those to make these jars. These jars are in my oven. They're clean. They're 275 degrees. That is a hot jar. And when I put the hot ghee into the hot jar with a hot lid, as it cools, it will seal. When I pour off the ghee, I'll show you this later, I will pour it into a spouted vessel here. You see it has a spout here, and it has just a strainer. And so all the milk solids will be strained out. Some people use cheesecloth. I don't. I just, let it go through, and then I pour the hot ghee into the hot jars and seal it with a hot lid. We will get to that process in a little while. So here we are coming back about 3 hours later. We've got all these milk solids on top. I'm going to scoop all of that out, and we'll have our clarified butter underneath. That's just taking one pass over with a spoon, putting it in there, and you see that beautiful clarified butter underneath there? We're going to get the milk solids out at the top and start jarring that up, and that will be our clarified butter for our ghee party. Okay, so I am going to take this clarified butter and put it in a jar. I have these work gloves on so that I don't have to stop and use uncomfortable things in order to pick up hot. This is a jar that I just took out of the oven at 275. These are sterilized. They've been in hot water, and I'm only going to just take the clarified butter, trying not to make a mess. It's super hot. Ouch, I can feel that, so I'm going to put it down. I think I can get a little bit more in there. There we go. Okay, so this is going to go like this. My workstation, I'm trying to keep it very clean. I don't want any fat on this rim because that's what clarified butter is. So I have in this cloth a little bit of white vinegar just to wipe the rim on. I don't want any fat there to break the seal. Here are my lids in hot, not boiling water. Shake it off a bit. Put it on. My rings, again, in hot, not boiling water. Give it a nice crank on it. Now, as it cools, it will solidify and it will seal. There's no need to process this. The shelf life is about a year for clarified butter, although I have used ghee and clarified butter that has been on the shelf for over a year. I use it for frying, it superheats it, and that is how we jar the clarified butter.